teachers are a sacred cow, and I don't know why. Every time I talk about teachers, people are like, you shouldn't talk about teachers. Almost to a T, every teacher I know is a piece of shit.
In real life?
In real life.
What about Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, that's fair. I should say every school teacher I know.
Fair enough.
I've had some great coaches. I've had some great jiu-jitsu profession and, professors. But, I mean, these people are, by and large, horrible. They're authoritarians. They treat kids like shit. They hide behind the fact that they're low paid to give low effort. It's their union that I'm sorry. If anybody's a teacher listening to this, who am I kidding? You can't afford the $5 Patreon. So the teachers in your life.
It's 10 for the video.
Yeah, but hey, the audio is free, so you
the teachers in your life,
slick and thick.
Yeah, they've got no problem handing out homework, okay, to an entire generation of people to teach these kids that their own time isn't theirs, that the state owns them even after they've leave, because they know that no 6-year-old is going to stand up and be like, whoa, hey, time out, all right, I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
There's no homework. Am I getting double credit for this? What do you mean it's part of my grade?
I feel like the students need a union.
Yeah.
Like, hey, teacher, you, dude.
Yeah, what the is this?
It's 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for work.
What are we doing here? Homework?
Yeah, homework. No, I come to school for 8 hours a day. If you can't get it done in that amount of time, and 1/3 of the time that my life has,
sure,
then you.
I'm happy to
Teachers are the worst. I'm just kidding.
I'm happy to do homework for Fridays off. It's insidious what they do. They're insidious.
Well, the American education system changed abruptly right around the turn of the 20th century. Right, with Henry Ford,
factory
and a
workers,
couple of other people who wanted workers who were just smart enough to operate the machines. Right,
give them work at home and tell them that they have to do it,
but with no upward mobility. It is like they talk about the school to prison farm system in bad neighborhoods, but it is true for everybody. The prison just doesn't have bars for blue collar.
Why do you think the woke bullshit decided that they were? Oh, I know where we can get them in school.
Yeah.
Where they have to be. And by the way, it's not a public school. I want to be very fucking clear about this. Not a public school. If it's a public park, can me and you go to a public park? Yes, anytime we want. Can we go to a public school and use the gym? Absolutely not. We get the cops called on us.
I go on there and dunk on fools all the time.
You can't even get through the front door of a public school, by the way.
It's not a public school.
Kids.
Yeah. It's a government school.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, and it's, it's a real problem. Well, when you think about what it means to be a good student, what comes to mind?
Be obedient.
Oh, quiet, follows the rules, do your work on time, not creative, not stand up for what you believe in.
That's right.
None of that stuff. Nothing that makes a good human being. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to make drones there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To that point, imagine a world where the kid is sitting in his class, looking out the window at this beautiful fucking day, and this teacher's droning on about some shit he's never going to need ever in his fucking life. All right? And he gets stir crazy. He starts doodling or something like that, and then he's the problem. They're going to pill him up because he can't pay attention.
You got to be able to sit in that cubicle. You got to be able to stand in that factory line. You got to go full Lucille Ball.
And who pills him up? That Karen of a fucking teacher who they've put there to teach him that authority. All right? I'm sorry. Forgive me.
No.
People that
fuck
are listening.
That. Because the argument that that people on the left would make about police is that, well, I know they're good police, but I'll start talking about good police when they start policing their own. Why are teachers not policing their own?
Preach on it, Dan.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
Call out the system for what it is. It's bullshit.
Bro, this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, what are you, nuts?
I love it. I love all of it.
No,
if you're a high school kid right now, stand up in front of your teacher and go, no, fuck you, bitch. All right?
Actually, people are doing that.
You.
People are attacking teachers.
Yeah, they are.
It's not great, dude. It's not great right now to be a teacher, dude.
Bro,
I'm with the teachers.
And you got to understand, like kids, like people that are watching this, you may not be old enough to remember that they used to try to threaten your future. They'd be like, do what I say or it's going on your permanent record. You're not going to get to college. I'm going to call that college coach and get your scholarship revoked. Why? Because I was late to class that I didn't want to be at? Yeah. I'm smarter than everybody here. Just give me the fucking test. What the fuck? What am I wasting my time for? Because I have to, because you've got to drag along these remedial assholes. I've got to sit here and fucking have my dick in my hand 45 minutes a day? Fuck you, teacher. Just give me the fucking test. What the fuck? Why do I got to be here?
I'll tell you why. You ready? 99% of the United States is probably pretty goddamn stupid.
Okay.
Pretty dumb. If you don't sit these little dummies in the room and teach them something, some manners, to be on time, everything else, the 1%ers who you're like, hey, just give me the fucking test and let me do it, then are just going to be like, well, we're all on the same level. You're not on the same level. You got to have people knock you down until you're a retard. You got to have people hold you back.
Well, they should figure out somebody to do it who's not a C student that just wants summers off, because you get a whiff of their stupidity pretty quick.
You do, but it depends on where you are.
Old
Like,
cat lady over here.
Where'd you grow up?
Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Okay. So I grew up in Georgia. Schools there, not great. Okay? Not great. Dan, South Carolina, schools there, how were they for you?
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention.
Yeah.
So once I asked the teacher around third grade a question that they couldn't answer, I was like, I should get up and walk the fuck out of here.
Bingo.
I should get up and walk the fuck out of here. Who are you to teach me? You know what I mean?
And it's even more aggressive, dude. I remember being like my first
Jersey,
semester.
wait, hang on, but Jersey schools are pretty good, right?
Yeah, but you're making my point. They're pretty good and they're f***ing horrible, right? Like I remember my first semester of college sitting there doing the work, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, I am learning the words of people who didn't go to college. What kind of asshole am I? Like, here I am, and I'm learning about the Federalist Papers and Thomas Jefferson and Madison and all these. What college did these guys go to?
Well, didn't Madison go to James Madison University? Did you go to JMU? Is he a grad there, or was that after the fact?
Emeritus grad.
Okay, yeah.
John Adams went to Harvard.
Did he really?
He did.
Yeah. Heard of it. Is it still around, or
James Madison?
It's doing the best it can to kill itself, which I respect.
For what it's worth, James Madison went to Princeton.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Traitor.
Yeah, what a
piece of shit.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
He didn't go to his own
Just
college.
be an autodidact. Everything that you need in this, all they need to do to teach kids today is manners, because this is how people don't get shot. All right. And how to Google something. That's all you have to do.
Ask Jeeves. I still use Ask
Google.
Jeeves, actually.
This is YouTube. Ask the magic YouTube box. And really what you have to teach kids is like how to set up a fucking Wi-Fi router, how to get on Wi-Fi in like a public space, then go to YouTube, how to download the YouTube app if you have Android and it doesn't come in the fucking whatever, and then ask the magic YouTube cube whatever it is you want.
Can I tell you something?
Thomas Jefferson went to William and Mary.
Okay. Sure did.
I think.
Well, you guys.
My
point stands.
The only thing most people who claim they are autodidacts has learned is what the word autodidact means.
What's autodidact mean?
Liars.
What's autodidact mean?
It means you self-teach. You're better learning self-teaching.
I know
yourself.
I've said it.
Okay.
I'm making him be more of a dick.
But before
he loves it. He'll sit there all
before
day.
The latter part of the 19th century, when education started to change because of the Industrial Revolution, you would learn basic stuff at home, the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, mostly. There would be something like rub and tug is one of them, while your dad gets up early to go check on the chickens, bam, 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 right? Get one out.
Sunday school, right? That was a big one too. That was your societal thing. Everybody would get together.
Yeah. But you learn that there would be like one person in the community who would just like teach some stuff if they knew it. It's almost like The Giver, that book, where one person holds the memories of all humanity. But
the Book of Eli?
Yeah. Any advanced stuff you would go to a professional to learn from. Right, they would have tutors come into the village or whatever the fuck else. But this is relative. This system of education is it's the Prussian system of education, right?
Prussian army.
It is specifically designed to create compliant workers, and just for whom should be the follow up question to that. It's like, for you, I don't think so, bud. Sorry, right? And it's like it hurts American business. There have been think about the lack of participation in STEM. Think about like engineers and scientists are becoming harder and harder to come by, especially for Western people. Mostly it's transplants now. It's Indian, Asian people coming over and taking those. And fine, good. I mean, you prioritize that in your culture. You deserve to get those rewards, in my opinion. But we are falling behind, right? Because we turned America into a country of innovation, or from a country of innovation and creativity into a country of just drones working for tech companies. You're just an uncreative turd, and that's why they're all unhappy now. It's the same as like any dude without purpose in his life. You go to work every day, you punch in, I turned in on my TPS reports, or I punched in all these lines of code, or I made these cold calls to and outside sales clients. It's like, all right, cool, man. You did that all for somebody else, and you can't afford your groceries right now.
Yeah, I go back once again to blaming teachers and the educational industrial complex. I really do. I really, really do. Because...
Did you get raped by a teacher, yes or no?
No.
It would have been rape anyways.
No, yeah.
He's a man.
I'm a man.
Or a dude.
No, but a dude on dude, obviously.
He's a big guy. That wouldn't happen.
I don't know, because you've got a boyish face, and it looks like you. Because I don't know what you look like as a kid. I can picture it, and I'm assuming he was a little slimmer.
Was your mom a teacher or something?
No, dude, no.
No, she was in the Klan.
But I think you got a happy-go-lucky kind of face, and you might have gotten touched.
No, so for bigger or athletic dudes, only retards get raped.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You're right.
Like the first big, everybody remembers the Boston Globe fucking bullshit with the Catholic Church, but the first big one to break was actually the 1950s in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right? I would have been open to it.
It was a school for the deaf and blind, and they were just straight those kids every day.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because they couldn't tell anybody, right?
Well, they also couldn't see it coming.
They were screaming for help, just nobody could understand what they were saying.
Yeah, there
so,
you go.
I mean,
this would be an endless cycle of those jokes for all of us.
But just to go back, like seriously, right? So when college became this big thing, and the whole...
Did you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Where'd you go to school?
I went to TCNJ only because of baseball. I had to, for me to continue playing baseball, I had to go to college.
Forgive me, what is TCNJ?
It's a college in New Jersey, small school in Jersey.
What's it called?
The College of New Jersey.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, small school in Jersey, but at the time it was one of the best baseball schools in the country.
Okay.
So I went to play baseball. I had no desire. To be in school, none of it, right? But the other side of it became I went because I'll never forget. I had probably what I should have done in retrospect is to just give people a quick update on what happens in sports. If you go to a junior college, you remain draft eligible. If you go to a 4-year school, you're not draft eligible until your third year or until you're 21 in both baseball and football, and I believe hockey as well, not basketball. So by going to a 4-year school, you actually really fuck yourself, right? But I was going to go to a junior college, stay draft eligible, and then transfer to like Florida State or a top 25 or something like that. And my guidance counselor straight up told me, Gerard, people with 1,400 SATs don't go to community college. And there's this idea behind like the better the college is, the better your job is. And women specifically buy into this. So it's this concept of like, oh, he's a construction worker, or this guy works the fucking fryer later. So nobody takes those jobs, to Dan's point. So these great jobs where you can generate fucking revenue and generate income and have some purpose, they've completely manipulated the female population into discouraging young men from taking those positions. Like, oh, if you work as a fry cook at 18, you're going to get no pussy. But if you go into $75,000 a year worth of debt to jerk off at camp for 4 or 5 years, now all of a sudden you're still desirable for women, and you come out $250,000 in debt, right? As opposed to the fry cook who now becomes a manager and he's making $80K a year while you're serving coffee $75,000 at jerk off tech U.
Yeah.
And now you got nothing.